Kenny, before garbage time, I think your bench had outscored theirs like 32-9. Just how important were they in getting this win tonight?
It's the reason we have the best record in the league, because we're deep. We can keep saying we go 13 deep, and I think you wear people down that way, and just really happy for Dean and Ice and Sam. Those guys are just a big part of this team, big part of why we have such a we're having such a great season.
Sweep of the Bucks. I mean, that hasn't happened in over 15 years with this team. To do what you did the first 3 games and have it be early in the season, but then to have the game that you did tonight, where it was like a slugfest in that third quarter, and you could tell both teams were obviously tired, but you win so convincingly. Like, what does that say?
Yeah. And I really think it was our defensive disposition. I mean, we locked down tonight, and our depth helped with that. I do feel like they got a little tired. We brought fresh troops in and really locked down. Being able to put Dean on Giannis, and then we could put our 5s on Sims or Brook, to kind of back them up. I thought that was really important. And like we said pregame, to have multiple guys that can defend a guy like Giannis is a huge luxury. And then we could put Ice on Damian. So we just have a lot of talented defensive players, and we wore them down tonight.
On your run this morning, did you think of that lineup of Dean, Okoro, Darius, Max, and Jarrett?
Yeah, I did not think of that lineup. And you could argue when you see that, man, how's that gonna click? But I don't know. It seems like one of those years, a little bit. Whoever we throw out there, whatever lineups, so they kind of figure it out. Obviously, Ice and Dean making threes helps big time, because you got a great defensive lineup. But then if those guys can make shots, it's kind of where we broke the game open.
And then we were talking about this today too. This team as I tell you all the time, is one of the best regular season teams ever. And you don't have a guy who's going to probably be in the top 3 of MVP voting, maybe not even the top 5.
Well, I hope we will.
Well,
because if you look at Shea, and Shea's having a great year, but Donovan, is I would think he's right there, right? Like, I'm just for argument's sake, best team, best player, best team. So.
Well, okay. Whether or not that's the case, your potential MVP candidate shot whatever he shot tonight, and you guys won going away.
Yeah.
Against a really good team. I mean, doesn't that speak to just...
That speaks volumes. It really does. And then DG, right? DG didn't have his normal, shooting game. And so when you're two best players, best backcourt in the league, they don't have great games. We still win by 12, and it's just a testament again to the depth of this team, how many good players we have. And give the coaches a little credit, because we trust them, right? And it's just a trust. We're playing 10. We're playing, we're not just running Donovan, chasing it with him. Like, hey, maybe tonight he doesn't have it. Let's run someone else in there. And what's great, those guys are so accepting, right? I think Donovan was expecting to go back in. He didn't. He was fine with it. So we have great leadership.
3 of these really long win streaks now. Just what does it say? How is this team, any teams kind of due for letdowns on occasion, this kind of grind of the season, how is this team kind of avoided running into this situation?
I think we're still hungry. I think we're hungry, because we know what's coming. We know we still have another, playoff-wise, another level to get to, another round to get to at least. So when you have that hunger, and we still have the edge, because we haven't gotten to the mountaintop yet. We can't be on cruise control. we got to keep improving, keep our playoff focus. We can't wait to the end to do that. So testament to our guys that they're keeping that edge.
I mean, I know you're focusing on the here and now and stuff, but I mean, 14 straight games with at least 14 straight wins with at least 110 points. Something nobody's done since the 85-86 Celtics. Just
Wow.
What does that kind of say for this group?
Man, again, the talent. I mean, we just have talent and continuity, right? So and we're skilled, and those guys share the ball. We play with great pace, but really it's about the talent and continuity. These guys know each other like the back of their hands, so really helps. And we've added the offensive rebounding piece, to all this. So when we do, maybe don't have those great shooting nights, we can get extra possession. I mean, Max tonight, I think we went 1 for 14 at one point, right? There's a stretch where we're just missing. He's flying in, getting extra possession. So everybody's kind of doing their bit, and I guess that's how you do it.
Chris.
Kenny, how much do you plan to continue tinkering with lineups down the stretch here to see if you can find, I don't know, something that could potentially work for you the way that it did tonight? Yeah,
I don't think it's a permanent lineup. I think the playoffs are going to play out like that. And now, it's going to depend on who we're playing. It's going to depend how the game's flowing. Tonight I was adamant I'm going to finish with Max, right? Like the guys, we have those discussions. As the fourth quarter starts, we start having those discussions. Because you have to know who you're finishing with. Then you kind of have to know how you're laying it out for the beginning minutes of the fourth quarter. So we have those discussions. J.A., I knew, I just kind of felt it like we needed him tonight with their two bigs. We're going to finish with two bigs. So, that might not be the case if we're playing a different team.
Everybody good?
I just want to know, since we were talking so much about the options you had to guard Giannis,
Yeah.
how do you think that worked out?
Really good. I mean, I don't know. He still does his Giannis thing, but I think I did feel like at the end he started missing some bunnies, the ones in the first quarter that were going down. We're a little short. You don't stop those guys. Can you tire them out? Can you get them to come up short in the fourth quarter? And I think rotating guys on them. And we had Dean on him. We had Evan on him. We had J.A. on him. That's a pretty formidable trio to throw at him.
All right.
All right. Thanks everybody.
Thank you.
Safe travels.
You too.